come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. So I already recorded a Walmart looting in Chicago, but I just got edited. I'm going to upload that on Friday for you guys. Somebody had sent this to me right as I got done recording the Walmart looting in Chicago, and I was like, no, wait, I gotta react to this. I gotta drop this today. So let's get into it.
Are you going to apologize like Cory Booker
Apologize for what?
Cory Booker's called for it.
Cory should apologize. He knows better. There's not a racist bone in my body. I've been involved in civil rights my whole career.
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking.
The world is different. There's too much unfinished business for us to just look backwards. We have to look to the future.
I know Joe. We know Joe. But most importantly, Joe knows us.
That's right.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
What? Ain't no way he just said that. Do you see the way he put it and then said it at the end? And the way he's looking at the kids? So he's there getting to learn and talk to little black kids while learning about cockroaches. What does that have to do with young little black kids?
Even call centers which rushed overseas in the hundreds of thousands. How many times you get the call? I'd like to talk to you about your credit card. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
What? What did it say?
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Poor kids are just as bright and talented as white kids. So what are you trying to... Nah, ain't no way. Ain't no way. So what he's trying to say is that if this isn't segregation, I don't know what is. You see the separation? He's already making that division already. You see that? Poor kids are just as bright and smart as white kids. You see that? You're already putting all the white people in a class by themselves already. And poor kids, you know what he's referring to.
They're going to put you all... Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. They're going to put you all back in chains.
You need, in my opinion. We don't need white people leading the Democratic Party right now. The Democratic Party is diverse, and it should be reflected as so in our leadership.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Why does this happen? I'm not going to do this.
I'm not going to do this.
Chuck, I'm not going to do this because let me just be really clear. Vice President Biden absolutely has a respect level for all people around him, for voters across this country, young people, older voters, voters of color, black people, Latino voters, indigenous, Asian American, Pacific Islander. So I'm not going to even traffic in any hypothetical conversation about if he is sensitive enough. In my opinion, we don't need white people leading the Democratic Party right now.
I was just about to say, didn't she just say that before that? We don't need white people leading the Democratic Party while saying we need Joe Biden. The hypocrisy. Ain't no way. You see the way she just flipped like that? And they call guys like me, Officer Tantum, Candace Owens, they call us all house N-words. Us, people that want the best for our people. And you see the way she just flip-flopped? Ain't no... Yo, we really are our own worst enemy. What, she didn't see none of these clips? This is crazy.
I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
I think Joe Biden might be suffering from that same white entitlement and privilege and ego, where he's just that old school white male who feels like, hey, man, they need me, I don't need them, or I got them already.
Joe Biden is under fire this evening on comments he made about working alongside segregationist senators in the past.
Biden recalling his early Senate career, bringing up two segregationist senators, Herman Talmadge and James Eastland, who called African Americans an inferior race. I was in a caucus with James O. Eastland, Biden said. He never called me boy, he always called me son. At least there was some civility. We got things done. We didn't agree on much of anything. We got things done.
I think the two-party system, although my Democratic colleagues don't like me saying this, I think the two-party system is good for the South and good for the Negro, good for the black in the South. Other than the fact that they still call me boy, I think they've changed their mind a little bit.
It's that old school white male.
Whoa.
They're going to put you up.
Wait. I gotta. Wow. We have all this evidence against Biden throughout the years, and we just ignore all of this. I never seen it, so maybe a lot of people didn't get to see it either. But I hope this could reach a lot of people. We gotta like, we gotta share, you gotta comment, we gotta share this. This is. I mean, I heard him saying some things back then in the past, like I mean, like in the 80s, 70s and the 80s. But and I heard when he said, "You ain't black if you don't vote for me," right? I heard about that. But all this other stuff, I have never had a slightest clue about none of this.
They're going to put you all back in chains.
30 seconds or less. What kind of a chance would a northeastern liberal like Joe Biden stand in the South if you were running in Democratic primaries against Southerners like Mark Warner and John Edwards?
Better than anybody else. And you don't know my state. My state was a slave state. My state is a border state. My state is the 8th largest black population in the country. My state is anything from a northeast liberal state.
It's that old school white male.
Choosing Joe to be my vice president was one of the best decisions I ever made.
Hell, Obama, stop. That was one of the worst decisions you had ever made. And you was one of the worst. You ain't fully black. You one of the worst biracial president ever. I don't care who don't like it, who wants to call me whatever names you want to call me in the comments. Obama was one of the worst. He's the one that started all this LGBTQ stuff that we see going on right now. Obama was the start of that. Some people said, oh, it was already on Obama's desk. So why did they wait till the black man to get in there to sign it? Why? Trump didn't want it either. And Bush didn't want it either. Nobody wanted to sign it. Obama got in there and he signed it.
The first sort of mainstream African American who is articulate and bright
and that's the thing. I'm talking about same-sex marriage.
American who is articulate and bright and clean and a nice-looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook, man.
My son is Attorney General a year in Iraq, came back, and that's one of the things that he finds was most in need. When he was over there in Iraq for a year, people would come to him and talk about what was happening at home in terms of foreclosures, in terms of bad loans that were these Shylocks who took advantage of these women and men.
Back from Mumbai to go meet with President Xi in China. I stopped in Singapore to meet with a guy named Kuan Yew, who most foreign policy experts around the world say is the wisest man in the Orient.
There's not a racist bone in my body.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Well, you got an updated version to. Wait, what is that? Yeah, Joe Biden really is that ignorant. Hey, there you have it, guys. Hey, the proof is right there. This is not going by he said, she said, they say. It's right here, coming right out of Joe Biden's mouth. Nobody put those words in his mouth. This is him. Go back to when he was younger till now. What you got to say for yourself? And you call Trump a what? A racist? Trump is what? We got rid of Trump, who they barely got any proof of saying anything racist. to this guy throughout his whole career been saying racist comments. And nobody that was so quiet during this whole the election. Quiet. Obama, you didn't see none of this either? Nobody saw none of this. Nobody heard none of this. This is what I'm talking about. This is the hypocrisy that I'm talking about. We are our own worst enemy. We got rid of Trump over some mean tweets and calling smashers and looters thugs. We got rid of him for this guy. What has he done for the black community since he has been in office? Let me know in the comments. I need to know in the comments, just in case we missed something, because I'm pretty sure he has done nothing. Let me know in the comments. Just got me fired. It's just no. We gotta do better, man. And we can't even do better because I reacted to the Walmart video and things are just getting worse. It's not even getting better. So all we could do is try and pray and hope for the best. But Biden gotta go. If this ain't proof that Biden is a racist, I don't know what else is. Maybe all that's left for him to come out and say that he is. Maybe that's what it is. Because as soon as Trump got in there, oh, Trump was this, the twist his words, Trump that, Trump this, without no actual proof. We had a whole, almost 6-minute video of many different clips. This dude was so for segregation, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hey, I don't know what else to say, man, but this has to reach a lot of people. Hopefully we get a lot of likes, comments, and shares so we can reach other people. We need other black Americans and Americans to see this, especially the black community. Because the black community right now is in shambles. It's in shambles right now. We are living in some scary times, man. Hey, thank you guys for sending this to me, because a lot of these clips I have never heard or seen them. I appreciate that. Anything you guys want to send me, you can send it to my email or you can send it to me on Instagram. Let me you guys think about the video in the comments. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Peace out. You guys have a blessed day.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.